Hello, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals of the StarCityGames.com Baltimore Open Weekend. Cedric Phillips and Craig Krempels, we are here in the booth. Nick Miller is down on the sideboard, and we're getting ready. We're getting ready here. Another feature match.
Right in the thick of it.
That's right. We got Noah Walker, Dylan Donegan, Oliver Tooth here on your left, Justin Parnell, Aintrazi, and Stephen Mann on your right, and we are getting ready to do battle here, and we are underway. We're going to watch some Legacy to kick things off here, folks. It's 4-color control against Salty Delver. Justin Parnell on your right, Noah Walker on your left. Walker, a young gun. He's had 2 SCG Tour Open wins with Grixis Delver. He's playing 4-color control this go around. Then Justin Parnell, you think of him, you think of Commander. You don't think Salty Delver. You don't think he's got the competitive chops to be here. Well, you'd be wrong. Justin Parnell is actually very, very, very good at Magic. He also loves himself some Commander too. So,
and this is the start that you want when you're on the play. The
Death
first
Ray
turn,
Shaman?
Death Ray Shaman is just massive in this matchup.
it'll be a ponder here for Parnell.
I really like the in our team shot the Big Z jersey in the background.
Gauss back there hanging out. DLL Isaac. He said if he makes it to, if his team wins, he'd like to cut a heel promo on Nick Miller. I'm not quite sure what this could entail, but he said he's going to, he's a big wrestling fan. So he said, I'm going to cut a promo.
Cut a heel promo.
You heard me. You heard me. Look, I'm just trying to prepare the people for what could happen later today.
So to translate into that layman's terms, he wants to come across as a bad guy in a short clip.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. So we'll see. And doing it in the Cavaliers just worn out Sutrudis Ilgauskas jersey. We'll see if we get there.
You think that's so weird, but I love it.
I don't think it's bad. I just think it's funny. It makes no sense why you would have one of those. That's all. We're going to head over to Justin.
Just hearing an old school player like that makes me think of the George Mirasan
Sure.
spoof commercial. You know that commercial?
Yeah, I do. It's just like having a jersey of like the 4th best player on the team. It doesn't make any sense.
It's great.
Yeah. It's like having a Patriots jersey of like Deion Branch. I'm just really passionate about this guy who would be nothing without Tom Brady. He's my favorite player.
It's just fandom.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Delver of Secrets.
You think they should only be able to sell jerseys for the top 1 or 2 players?
Of course not. Of course not. I love Big Z. It's just funny that he has one. That's all. Walker going to search up a land here. Down to 18. 4-color control, getting the mana online. Noah does have a couple basics in his deck here this week, and we're seeing some players with 4-color control. They do not. But most importantly for his deck, it is 4-color control, so it's important that he has a Death Ray Shaman. It's the glue that holds the deck together. As there is a Lightning Bolt. Excuse me, that's a Pyroblast.
Yep.
His main deck copy. Goodbye, Delver.
Yeah, I think this unchecked Death Ray Shaman is just huge here. It doesn't seem like it's having a whole lot of impact, but even right there, it allows him to safely do that playing around Daze.
I think this might be him to Torak.
Looks like him to Torak.
Do apologize for the glare at home, by the way. As Justin is going to sacrifice a Verdant Catacombs.
Man, him to Torak doesn't see a lot of play, but it can be backbreaking.
Yeah.
And it's got some pretty cool artwork.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not going to be reprinted, though. I'll tell you that much.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I think we should, no, we're good.
Wasn't it reprinted in one of the Master sets?
No, we're good.
Eternal Master?
I'm like in Standard. I don't want it to be reprinted in Standard.
I mean, how else are you going to deal with
it would be a hoot if they reprinted it.
God.
Yeah.
You just make them discard it.
Yeah. That would be a hoot. Here's a brainstorm response by Justin. Looks like he's going to hide some cards from the hymn. Wasteland. Dismember. His own hymn. I like it. I like it. Going to play back at him. All right, Justin's going to hide a couple. And now he's just going to let it happen. So 6 cards, he's going to lose 2 of them. You see him sorting out which one 1 and which one's 6. Down goes that one. 1 through 5. 6 is a reroll. There we go. 3. Good. Done. Lose 2 cards. Dismember, force. Fair enough.
Of course, it's 2 spells.
Yeah.
At least that's what Justin is thinking.
Yeah.
He'd be fine with losing a couple lands or even the days there.
Well, Justin did hide some things, so I'm curious as to what the game plan is.
Well, yeah, we saw the Hymn to Tarak go on top, and I believe a True Name Nemesis as well.
Mm-hmm. Here's him. You want to hymn me? How about that? How do you like it, Noah?
Divert.
Good goodness, no. The game would end immediately. You get to keep that one in the middle. Looks like push and Kolaghan's command down.
Yep.
All right, we're going to go back to Noah Walker. I believe he kept with the Ponder, so he knows what's on top of his deck. Justin with a Daze, a Tarmogoyf, a Wasteland in hand. Noah with a Deathrite Shaman, 2 Underground Seas, and a Badlands. That's a bad, bad land.
Yeah, and if this True Name Nemesis resolves next turn,
Yikes.
Justin might be able to just ride that puppy to victory. Or Merfolk, as it were.
Ooh, Snapcaster Mage.
All right.
Interesting. Noah going to go to him again. Daze here from Justin. All right, so Justin has True Name in his hand now. Going to play it. Not going to play around Daze or anything. Name, target you, pass. It's good.
Yeah, choose Noah.
Yep. Good choice. Deathrite Shaman going to add some mana, it looks like. Is this Jace? Oh, boy. Well, it's kind of forced to Fate Seal, so top card. See if he wants to target himself. Okay.
And Noah does have a main deck way to deal with this True Name Nemesis. Yeah.
Diabolic Edict?
Yeah, the one lonely Diabolic Edict in his list. Obviously, countering it on the way down is also a way to deal with it, but we're past that point now.
That's true. Justin going to play Verdant Catacombs and in. Going to bring Jason at 2. Tarmogoyf's going to come down. It's going to be pretty large. I'll check the sizing on that with the Tarmogoyf when we have a moment. Let's go back to Walker, who's got an active Jace. He could have an active Jace for a couple turns if things break his way. Curious if he wants to brainstorm this turn or Fate Seal, as he'll take a look at Parnell's graveyard.
Sure. I mean, the long-term plan to preserve his life total as much as possible is to Fate Seal this turn, right? Bring up 4 counters. Just going to take another shot from the True Name. It's down to 1. The next turn he can brainstorm with it.
Yep. Justin really sandbagging Wasteland here, too. He could have played it last turn. A couple different options he's had to play, and he's elected not to. Noah's going to Fate Seal himself. Leave that card on top. This is a Deathrite Shaman. Scalding Tarn, pass. Parnell will draw Force of Will. Okay.
A little hard cast Force of Will action.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty good here.
See where Goyf is going in a moment. But True Name's definitely going at Jace. Yeah, Goyf is actually at Noah.
I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah?
I think if you send the Goyf at the Jace, Noah's kind of forced to chump block it.
Because Noah just doesn't have anything going on.
Yeah. And he's fine with losing some of his life right now.
It is worth noting that Noah did keep his card on top with the Fate Seal, so he has interest in drawing that, whatever it is.
But yeah, this Force of Will draw out of Justin is very big.
I think it's pretty good, yeah. Deathrite Shaman's going to exile something there from the bin. All right, we're going back to Walker. What card do you keep? Baleful Strix. I think it's worth countering. I think.
Yeah, the Tarmogoyf is threatening enough on this board that I think you want to stop this Baleful Strix.
Yeah. There's a Bayou there. It's Force Will from Parnell. All right.
The old 5-mana counter spell.
Yeah, counter your 1/1.
Doesn't get much more fair than that.
Yeah. So now it's how do I want to use Jace? which is almost assuredly Brainstorm.
Yeah, it's got to be Brainstorm here, right? He gets the best of the top 3 cards. If the other 2 are particularly bad, he gets to shuffle them away with the fetch land.
Curious if he should have Brainstormed first. Obviously, with the way that he took his turn, Noah Walker, he assumed Baleful Strix was going to resolve.
Yeah.
Very confident in that.
Yeah, and you know, then you still get to look at 4 cards once you Brainstorm if the Strix resolves. It makes perfect sense that he cast the Strix first.
Yep. The Knucklehead's going to come in.
I don't like attacking before Brainstorming.
He's going to... Oh. Tricky, Noah Walker. Tricky.
Okay, I like this.
Bounce your Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster push.
Yep. Okay.
He's saying, all right, let's race.
I mean, I think Noah thinks that he can win this race pretty easily.
Well, and he can. He can gain life and drain his opponent with these Deathrite Shamans. Attacking with that Snapcaster Mage.
Does True Name, oh boy.
Yeah,
Does True Name have to sit at home now?
Justin's wondering if he just needs to put the brakes on this whole operation.
Now, Justin has a Wasteland that can take care of Tropical Island that can cut the green source.
Yep.
He can't cut the black sources, 2 Underground Seas and a Badlands, but now Parnell actually has to consider not attacking anymore. And if he's not attacking, he's not progressing. And that feels like that means he's not winning.
Oh, for sure, because he's still going to take 4 a turn from the Deathrites.
Yeah. You can take a look at the scoreboard there. Dylan Donegan, Oliver, 2. They're both up a game. Grixis Death Shadow up a game over Jeskai Control. Teamer Energy up a game over Teamer Energy. And True Name Nemesis. Not Nemesis at all. It's sitting on defense now. Parnell will draw. He picked up another copy of Misty Rainforest. Sitting is terrifying right now. He'll pass. Noah going to go on the aggressive. That'll exile a card. And that will exile a card. Parnell down to 9.
Yeah, a card that would really open this game up for Justin Parnell. At least a good bit is a Tombstalker.
Sure. Big flyer.
Well, it would give him the option of attacking with his True Name and having a fatty back to block return.
Baleful Strix, the play here from Noah Walker.
Yeah, and that turns off even the Tombstalker possibility now.
Yep. And Justin just drew, I think, a Hymn to Torak, yeah, which doesn't matter all that much now. I think putting the brakes on was probably right.
Yeah, I think he had to, but it's like, which line makes me lose less?
Yeah,
you know, it's not a winning line.
Yeah.
It's a lose less line.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. It wasn't a thing that was going to, I mean, he had to run pretty good to get out of the situation. You know, he had to draw like removal spell to kill Deathrites, and then he could start attacking again. Hymn to Torak going to take care of Jace and another card. I have to imagine that Noah drew Jace off of the Baleful Strix, or he could have, maybe he could have played. Don't know how many lands in the graveyard, but Wasteland's going to go after an Underground Sea. Okay. Yep, and Justin knows he's beat immediately. He knows he's beat. Baleful Strix will put him to 4. Deathrite Shamans will put him to 0. So Noah Walker going to win game number 1 here over Justin Parnell. 4-color control, able to eke it out over the True Name Nemesis, taking down Sultai Delver. As we take a look at the sideboards, I want to start with Justin Parnell and 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Toxic Deluge. Now Spellbound Pithy Needle, Sylvan Library, Abrupt Decay, Diabolic Edict, Flusterstorm, Hydroblast, Invasive Surgery, Surgical Extraction, a Jace the Mind Sculptor, and the very powerful Life from the Loam. What do we like?
I actually like this Life from the Loam here. It's kind of an interesting card. You're dealing with a 4-color deck that needs a lot of different lands. And if you're able to get a little bit ahead and can just set up Life from the Loam with your Wastelands, it can be pretty backbreaking in this type of matchup. There's a question of how big Justin Parnell wants to get in this type of matchup. Because he can side in a Jace, a couple of Thoughtseizes, some more discard spells, Sylvan Library, generate some more card advantage, and try to be big, but I think that's a mistake. Noah's deck is just a little bit bigger. So Jace is very tempting, but I don't know if it's the right card to go for in this matchup. And then there's lots of just small other options. The Abrupt Decay, always solid. The Flusterstorm, if you think there's going to be some counter battles. There's some interesting cards here.
I'm going to go over to Noah Walker's side. He's got 3 surgical extractions. We saw those be great for him in an early match that we watched. 2 Diabolic Edict, 2 Flusterstorm. Here come his one-ofs, and Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, Thoughtseize, Kolaghan's Command, Marsh Casualties, Sylvan Library, Toxic Deluge of his own, Hydroblast.
And Noah Walker is all about playing a grindy, longer game. So I like a lot of these cards here. The Diabolic Edicts, at least 1, maybe 2 of those will come in. I really like the Marsh Casualties here. You can take out the small things or kick it up to deal with some bigger cards. The Toxic Deluge seems fine. The Sylvan Library potentially comes in, and then maybe the Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast as well. So that's a ton of cards.
It's a lot of options. That's what that is, and that's what Noah Walker likes. And this deck can find them with Jace, with Brainstorm, with Ponder, and the way that he uses Snapcaster Mage. Those one-ofs might seem difficult to find, but not for this particular deck. That's why they're all there. It's going to be interesting to watch game number 2 here. Parnell will be on the play. I think he may have done a little bit better if he was on the play that game, honestly. But that also kind of shows the power of Deathrite Shaman, right? Deathrite Shaman got Noah off to a fantastic start, and then it closed out the game. That's why the card's so good. That's why people are talking about maybe that it needs to go. But that's a different conversation for a different time. Trust me. For now, we'll talk about something that we do care about very much, and we hope you guys can attend, which is the Season 2 Invitational Weekend at the Berglund Center in Roanoke, Virginia, 2 weeks from now, December 1st through the 3rd. We'll talk about it. We'll show you it. We'll see you there. Check it out. December 1st to the 3rd, Season 2 Invitational Weekend at the Berglund Center in Roanoke, Virginia. Come on down, play in the main event. If you haven't qualified for that yet, find an IQ near you that you can still qualify at. Well, hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, no big deal.
Hopefully we'll see you there,
No big deal. It's just piles of money.
Just throwing money at people? Just please take it.
Just piles of money. Your likeness on a card. Who cares about that?
Yeah. Be a part of the IQ playmats and tokens, and we've got opens and classics, and we've got a great pre-event and a post-event party. That'll be very cool. Karaoke and other things, meet and greets with some players.
Kind of a suspect coverage team for this one.
Yeah, average group.
Yeah.
Average group.
Well, it's certainly not the Tier 1 team.
It's true. No argument there. What do we got here? We got players that are checking out some deck lists and getting ready here for game number 2. You know who you can learn a little bit more about, though? Noah Walker.
I'm in.
21, come on. So good already. So good. 7 open top 8s, 2 open wins for the youngster from Amherst, Massachusetts. Amazing at DDR. Says who? Says who, Noah? I've never seen him play. No proof of that. Works as a summer camp counselor. Favorite color is blue. Well, that we know. that is indisputable.
No, that doesn't mean in Magic.
It's definitely in life and Magic.
Yeah, just in his favorite color is blue.
Definitely in life and Magic for Noah Walker. Amazing DDR. I buy it.
That's just like when you ask a 3-year-old, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
He's just like, blue.
Yeah. His favorite color in Magic is definitely blue. No. I see a few people who love casting Brainstorm and activating Jace more than him. I actually don't think I've ever seen him play a non-blue deck in Legacy.
Why would you?
True.
I can see the appeal of...
Lands is pretty good, man.
Lands is good. That Black-Red Reanimator, I don't know. The decks are so powerful in Legacy. Black-Red Reanimator is good. Going Chalice for 1 on turn 1 consistently.
It's good.
It's really good.
If I just sat down against Noah, just in a match Legacy, just like at a tournament or something, it's like, okay, Delver. No, Deathrite Shaman and blue cards are in your deck. That's a lock.
Well, if you're like turn 1 basic mountain, like Goblin Guide.
Plains Mother of Runes would be like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
The Body Snatchers got him.
Yeah, like did you lose a bet? Or like, did you lose your deck? Like, I don't understand what happened. I just don't get it.
Yeah, you're like, where's the camera? I'm being punked.
I'm definitely being punked, yeah. He is very at home playing blue cards as the member of Team Card Hoarder. The team of Parnell, Aintrazi, and Mann, they are all down a game right now, unfortunately for them. Walker, Donegan, and 2, they are very, very happy in their position. And they could be headed to the finals to play the winner of Marius Chewy. It's Chilo. Like that. Chilo. Zachary Kitty and Kevin King against Joel Isaac, Stephen Nagy, and Jarvis Shue. They're battling it out behind Oliver 2 and company on the left side there. We have Zildrunas Ilgauskas here in the middle. Looks like Yoel's match might just be over. He's sitting there pretty patiently.
Yeah, he seems very interested in what's going on next to him.
Yeah, and the Jarvis versus Kevin King match. Yeah. See if we get an update there, possibly, on what's going on in the backup match. That'd be great. Probably in the hard lock for the Landsmere, though. A little bit of communication there between Walker and 2. It looks like 2 is asking Walker about if he should keep his opening hand or not.
And then it didn't look like he believed the answer that he got at all.
Yeah. All right, we got an update.
Okay.
Zachary Kenny. He beat Yo Isaac 2-1.
Okay.
So that means the team of Marius, Zachary, and Kevin are currently up a match. And we know that Landsmere is probably going to take a while between King and you. So see if the Sultai Energy versus Team Energy match can get it rocking and rolling over there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So revisiting the match we were just watching with that turn 1, imagine if the play draw was reversed.
Yeah.
The opponent tries to go turn 1.
Death right. Daze it.
And you definitely daze it.
Yeah.
And you're successful.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he has difficulty playing around the potential dazes as the game goes on, which might change his lines some. And when it's time for him to really turn it on and finish off the opponent, he doesn't have that Death Ray Shaman on the board.
Yep.
The play draw is just so huge.
Yeah. And that's just another reason Death Right's so good, too, is because it just kind of ignores daze after that once it's on the battlefield. So, I mean, just a really, really great card. And to be fair, both players have it in their deck.
Yes.
They both know that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Justin doesn't have one to start this game, but he is on the play. Starting with a Bayou. You don't see that often.
That's an awkward card. I wonder if he already mulliganed this game. It looks like he doesn't have a whole ton of cards he's working with.
Yeah. Here is Polluted Delta. He's going to sacrifice that. Underground Sea is the land Justin Parnell will find with his fetch land.
It's a little bit better than Bayou.
Maybe. Time for a hymn, maybe? Yep. Sylvan Library. Not yet. Hymn to Torak? Absolutely. Going to sacrifice a Scalding Tarn, will Noah Walker. Well, there's no counter war to be had here because it's Flusterstorm.
Sure.
Yeah. But Justin does have Sylvan Library in hand, so maybe this is the bait to get that card through because it's so good in this matchup if he can get it through. So Flusterstorm will take care of him. That card will go on top. Pretty clean shuffle there.
All right, you get that one.
Yeah. We're going to go back over to Noah Walker. Baleful Strix. Yep.
A little bit of value there.
For Parnell, he's going to go towards Sylvan Library. Looks like that's going to resolve. Noah Walker was going to untap. We'll draw a card. Here comes the Strix for 1. And now Walker will fetch.
Cash it in. Cha-ching.
This kid's at home playing these kind of decks, man. This is his wheelhouse, his bread and butter.
Yeah, I've played Magic for almost 20 years. I don't think I'm nearly as comfortable as he is.
It just looks like he's been doing this his entire life. It's really wild. There's Leovold, Emissary of Trest.
That's a good one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't know if Justin Parnell has an answer. Looks like he currently does not. Sylvan Library is going to go on the stack here in just a minute.
Don't use Sylvan Library.
Don't use it? Oh, yep.
Do not use Sylvan Library.
Do not use Sylvan Library. Right. Right. Can we take a look at Leovold? Yeah. Whew. Whew, boy.
You were all on board with Sylvan
I
Library.
am glad you are here, because I was like, yeah, like he might pay 8. Do not use Sylvan Library. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. You are not going to want to do that. Brainstorm. Resolves. 2, 3. Parnell's in some serious trouble right now, I think.
It's a ponder.
That's a ponder? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll keep there.
And yes, I would agree that Parnell is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, look, he gets to use the Sylvan Library.
Yeah, mine's a little better than yours.
Of course you do. Of course you do, Noah.
You know, it's older printing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
That's why it's better.
It's nothing to do with the Leovold. That's in. Yep. Ignore. Drew a Jace.
Stuck on lands.
Yep. This is oh my gosh.
Because he has a brainstorm
Yeah,
and a
ponder.
Yeah.
Oh my
he would be able to churn through the deck.
So this is the first time I've seen Leovold do this to someone.
Oh. It's so painful.
It's so this is ridiculous.
And when you can finally get it off the board, you're like, oh, finally I drew, whatever, the fetch land to up my fatal push or my lightning bolt. And you target it, they get to draw a card.
Yeah, and like counter it.
And then they're ready to fight a counter war.
Yeah. Yeah, this card is silly.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen this happen before.
Just put him straight into the elf deck.
I know people do that. I know there's some copies running around there. You can Zenith for it. And so Justin is just like, he just can't, he like can't do anything right now.
Yep, he's all jammed up.
Yeah. Here's a brainstorm. Noah just gets to develop and do whatever he wants to, and Justin is just like hopeless at this point. He's got a daze that doesn't do anything.
He's stuck under a one-sided chalice for 1.
Aintrazi tie things up against Donegan. They're going to go to game number 3. Grixis Death Shadow against Jeskai Control. Here's Deathrite Shaman. Justin not going to use Sylvan Library, and Liliana Last Hope. Nice.
It's a good one.
Nice.
I'd go digging for another land.
Nice. All the cards in Justin's hand, really good, can do nothing with them. Noah's going to sacrifice the fetch land on upkeep. He'll probably Sylvan Library here in a moment. And I don't even...
So there was a player in between rounds. We talked to some of the players in the field and stuff.
Yeah.
And someone was talking to me. He's like, yeah, I saw a situation where one player had Leovold. The other player tried to cast Brainstorm.
That is a mistake.
On their own turn after they had already had their draw set.
That is not a good idea.
And the player with Leovold countered it with a Pyroblast.
No. That's actually a nice thing. Actually, no. Good job. Good job by that person. That's a very nice human being to do that. So I take it back. That's a very nice thing to do.
They're both, both trying to lose the game.
Yeah. Justin is drawing a Wasteland.
Okay. That's a card.
Yeah. As the infamous singer JoJo once said, it's just too little too late, Craig.
It is.
You know JoJo?
I don't know JoJo.
No, it's good. It's better that you don't.
Why is it better?
It's not a great song.
Okay.
It's not a great song.
Then why do you know it?
Because I listen to a lot of bad music. That's why. Gonna Wasteland him. Got a Fatal Push. Leovold. Yep, there's a trigger there too.
Yeah, we're drawing some cards.
Yes, we are. No, I have a Force of Will or anything like that?
And this is exactly what I was talking about.
Leovold down. It had no impact on the game.
Draw another card from the trigger off the Wasteland.
Oh my gosh. Come on. That's a real card, really? Like, really?
All right, Justin, you're back in it.
Yeah, are you serious? That's it. Yeah, you just can't win. Like, that's a real card? Noah Walker's going to win this match against Justin Parnell 2-0. 4-color Control didn't win that match. Leovold won that match. Took down Sultai Delver. My goodness. That's, come on with that. I guess there's a first for everything. That's the first time where it's just like in my face. Here's why Leovold's in everyone's deck and why everyone's talking about it so much. And it's just like, cool, you can't do anything. Yep. Also take 3.
Yeah, it only costs 3 mana.
Yeah, why isn't it? I guess it should be a 3/3. I don't know. It's like a legendary creature. It shouldn't be like a 1/1. You know, that should be pretty big, I guess.
Probably be fine as a 1-1.
Yeah. Like, teammates, what happened? He played Leovold and I couldn't do anything. All right, we got it. We got it. Okay. Don't worry about that. That's okay. Justin's going to come over and support his teammates because even though he lost, they can still win. So we're going to get ready for our standard match here in just a moment, but we're going to talk about the StarCityGames.com newsletter here really quick before we watch Oliver 2 and Stephen Mann play their third and final game. It's your source, Craig, for Magic the Gathering news. Did you know that?
It is my source.
Did you know that?
I do know because I'm a subscriber.
Okay.
I pay up each month.
You pay a lot, right?
Yeah, well,
we appreciate that you do.
It's a little cheaper for me because of my relationship with Star City Games.
Got it.
But it's still, you know, it still costs me a little bit, but it's well worth it.
It's worth it. That's what I want to hear. It's worth it. Highlights from some of our best articles, upcoming SCG Tour dates and locations, IQs and game nights near you, exclusive cardboard crack comic. Best of all, it is totally free. You're on the internet all day anyway. Just give us your email already. Go. That's StarCityGames.com/newsletter for more information.
It costs totes free is what I was told.
Never do that again. That's my thing. That's my thing.
I was just trying to reiterate.
It doesn't have the same effect coming from you.
It is totes free.
Now I don't want to say that again.
So, well, then it worked. Everyone at home, you're welcome.
Yeah, you've got big plans, huh? You got big plans. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Ooh, and we're in it.
All right. Game 3, Team Energy Mirror. Rootbound Crag for Oliver. The broken start for Stephen Mann. Botanical Sanctum plus Attune with Ether. The busted start. What?
Like you said, just turn one Lay of the Land is too good.
Yeah. It's mid. It must go.
But it is.
It must go. It is too good. It must go. Search for a swamp. Is he 4-color?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah? Steve Mann?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll call it 4-color energy, I guess. He's got a Vraska in there. He's got a swamp. They search for.
Yeah, Scarab God too.
Yeah, Scarab God. All right, he's 4-color energy. Might give him a bit of an advantage. Oliver, bang. Teamer energy. Gonna search up an island. So not a great second turn here for Oliver. I mean, it's fine, obviously. There's nothing wrong with it. But, you know, no Cub, no Servant, anything like that. He'll play a Spire Bluff Canal, pass the turn back. You're going to put that Attune with Ether in the graveyard, right?
No, it's still there.
Yeah, yep.
Might find its way back into his hand.
Just floating. I know it's good. Here's Servant of the Conduit up to 4 energy.
He cast it with buyback.
Got it. That'd be busted. He has Commit to Memory in hand. There's an island. And that's Rogue Refiner. And draw a card. And pass the turn back.
All right, both these players doing what they do.
Yep, building up some energy, building up a battlefield. Attune with Ether making its way over to the graveyard.
Slowly.
Yeah, it's like kind of close. There's Whirler Virtuoso, 7 energy for Steve Mann. Pass the turn back over to Oliver, who played a great match the first time that we watched him play this weekend. We don't see the young gun on the SCG Tour that much. When we do, he is playing very well, and he played a great one earlier today for his team. Noah Walker here to chime in. His work's already done.
Yeah, Leovold did all the heavy lifting there.
Yeah. Nice card. Kind of want to play that deck now. That deck just cleans up on Delver decks, I think. That 4-color control deck.
I
think that's the reason you play it.
Yeah, that's the draw of the deck.
Yeah, you just clean up on like any version of Delver.
Well, it's still a little dangerous. You are susceptible to the wastelands.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
the aggressive starts. If you miss a land drop, it's huge.
Yeah, I think it would have some difficulty against Teamer Delver, like with Stifles and stuff.
Sure.
Because they mess with their land so much. I think that would be difficult. But that deck's just not that popular. Here's Rogue Refiner. That card's very popular. Draw a Rootbound Crag. Rootbound Crag's going to enter the battlefield tapped. That'll be Oliver 2's turn. We ready, Stephen Mann? You want to make some Thopters, my friend?
Oh, 1/1 army time?
Mm-hmm. I guess he does.
Oh, it's time.
All right, let's get some beatdowns going.
Yeah, you got to get Will the Getting's good.
He's drawing a Rootbound Crag of his own. We know he's got the Swamp in his hand. He searched for that on the first turn of the game with a Tune with Ether. In for 2 comes Mann. Going to knock Oliver down to 18.
All of these cards are so good.
Yeah, they're all good on their own, and they're good together.
Yeah, the early drops that you want to use to keep yourself in the game to bridge into your bigger, more powerful haymaker cards, they're all good.
Yep.
And then on the high end, those cards are all good. You get Dragons, Confiscation Coup, Planeswalkers.
Yeah, deck has no bad cards.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to rag on the people that showed up with mono black this weekend, but when you look at the mono black deck, you're like, a lot of these are just bad cards.
Yeah, I mean, the card quality, the disparity in card quality is like absurd. I guess the mono black deck maybe like beats this deck with like Heart of Kirin and some other things they can't handle.
Well, we saw how good the Wrath of God effect was.
Bantu's last
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was insane. You know, he had some vehicles, and you have Yahenni, and you can buy back some of the creatures from the graveyard.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Rogue Refiner's going to trade with Servant of the Conduit. There's Roiler Virtuoso for Oliver 2. See if this resolves. Steve Mann giving a long look at his hand. All right, it's in there. 9 energy. Now Mann will untap. Time to take a draw.
That's a good one.
There are worse cards. I believe that was the Scarab God, yeah?
Looked like it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got a lot of text. There's a hub. Huh, no time like the present, right?
Sure. And I think both players have Confiscation Coups.
That's fun.
So we might see a pretty interesting back and forth here where they're just stealing this Scarab God over and over.
5 mana, 5/5. Stats for mana are already good. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life, and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. 2 blue black, exile target creature card from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie, and if you kill it, you lose. Because it doesn't die. Because you can't. Because you can't. Come on, is that last clause necessary? Come on.
Yeah, since a 5/5 is so easy to take down in this format anyway.
Yeah, come on. Aintrazi wins his match over Dylan Donegan 2-1. Jeskai Control defeats Grixis Death's Shadow, which means we're all tied up here. Which means this game is for it all. And your number 1 overall seeds, spearheaded by Kevin King and his Lands deck, they have advanced to the final. So they are waiting for the winner of this game. And maybe that team stays number 1 all weekend long. 9-0 after day 1, number 1 overall seed. And if they win one more match, they were basically dominated this tournament here in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
Commit to memory, but this is the commit half.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the S-Man is thinking about there. He's all tapped out.
That's going to resolve. He just doesn't like it. I get that. I get that, Steve. I wouldn't like it either. Don't touch my Scarab God. We'll take a look at Commit to Memory here. A card that you don't see a ton of. Some people play one occasionally in this deck, but
we see it pop up in some of the control decks.
Yeah, especially in combination with Torrential Gearhulk.
Yeah,
I think that's all. I think that's why Oliver plays one, because he has a Gearhulk in his board. So this is something that can come up. But the commit part, a little expensive for the effect, but to put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library second from the top, it's powerful.
Yeah,
if it costs any less than this, I think it'd be too good.
No, yeah, and it's a catch-all.
Yeah.
It gets all sorts of permanents.
Yeah.
The memory half, a little less used.
It's not great.
And second from the top is huge because it gives you an opportunity to untap and have a counterspell on the way back down.
Bristling Hydra. little Thopter here for Oliver.
Sure.
Let's keep this party rolling for Mr. 2.
It's a Thopter party.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see Oliver's teammates try to help him again and him to give him the old.
Him brush him off?
Yeah.
Guys.
I got this.
Guys. I'm okay.
I've got this.
Oliver has a lot of composure at the table for a player at such a young age. Just, I'm good.
Sure. And
I'm good.
Right now, Oliver two's in the envious position of being way ahead on life total.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the old S-man over there needs to be careful about taking too much damage here and there, but he doesn't want to leave his bristling Hydra exposed either.
I like Oliver's attack there a lot. Kind of a free point of damage. They want to make a Thopter, they trade, and then Bristling Hydra's available to be killed. Chandra.
Looks like mana into Vizier.
There are worse turns. Vizier of many faces. This is more defense around Chandra. Now Chandra starts to become a card advantage engine. And Steve should be drawing Scarab God, I believe, this next turn.
Yep.
And Scarab God on this board, it's
not as intimidating.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Yeah, if Oliver's able to pick away from the air with a token or two, and then get 2 points to turn out of his Planeswalker, you know, S-Man doesn't have that many turns in this game.
Vizier of Many Faces is going to copy Bristling Hydra. The Shapeshifter Cleric has done its job. We're going to head back to S-Man. He'll draw a card. There's Rupon Crag. And you see his teammates there, Aintrazi and Justin Parnell. They're at the ready. I want to see if they can help S-Man get through this. It looks like he's going to go towards the Scarab God. So, not too surprised to see him redeploy that. It really is kind of the best thing he can do.
Yeah. But like you said, it's still a good card, huge body, powerful effect, but it's not answering what he needs to deal with right now.
One of the things I really like about this game is the way that Oliver is consistently making Thopters. Just to be able to pressure Steve Mann enough in the air to be, the word I'll use is annoying. You know, I mean, the shots aren't much, but it does. It means a 10. It adds up.
Yep. It's effective.
You know, Warlord Virtuoso on the ground being a 2/3, you know, it doesn't matter a ton right now. It's outclassed by some other creatures, but the fact that it is churning out little 1/1s, and in combination with Chandra ticking away, like, it's an effective little strategy here.
Yeah, so much value.
Yeah.
No, ban no tune with either.
No.
That's it.
Okay. Yep.
It's too good.
It's gone.
It fixed the mana for both of these players.
Yeah, it let him play Magic. Darn.
Not just Magic. One player is playing 4 colors.
That's true. Confiscation coup. I'm going to get rid of that one.
Yeah, let's get that.
Yeah. That's a Magic card right there. Looking to take the Scarab God.
Well, and that'll open him up to attack with the Vizier. He kind of wants that thing into the graveyard so he can run it back again. Trade it with something on the opponent's side.
You can trade with Bristling Hydra.
Yeah. And then, you know, make another energy card, start churning out some more flyers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vizier's in a pretty good spot here. Scarab God's going to head over. Chandra going to go down. Yeah, I like this. He's getting real aggressive.
Yeah, and I also like it.
Going to make a Thopter. Yeah, and he can get in here with the Vizier. He can get in with Rogue Refiner. He can do all of it. Looks like Steve Mann wasn't sure if he wanted to let that happen or not.
Well, I think he's sitting on
Harness Lightning, maybe?
Harness Lightning, yeah.
Okay.
So he's just considering all of his options. He could Harness Lightning something for 0 if he wanted to make another Thopter. But he can still do that even after the... Well, yeah, he cannot do that. Can't make a Thopter after the Virtuoso dies.
True. It's late.
I'm dialed in here, guys.
It's late. It's 7:01.
Yeah, it feels like
I feel that Landsmere took it all out of me. I'll be honest.
feels like 11 p.m.
Oh, yeah, it took it out of me.
Oh, I really... Yes.
I thought the games were
that
good.
was
It's
grueling,
just-
but
yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 would do it again.
Yeah. All right, Virtuoso down. Still think he has Harness Lightning or a Braid in hand.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly what that's exactly the way that Oliver would move forward with this turn. Is think that he has one of those cards. It's pretty clear to attack with everything that's not Virtuoso. Obviously, you can't attack with Scarab God either. So
Yep.
here he comes.
Yeah, the best possible blocks for Steven Mann here are, I would think, trade a Thopter with a Thopter, put the Bristling Hydra in front of the in front of the 3/2,
Rogue Refiner.
and then, get 3 energy from Harness Lightning, and pump up the Hydra to have it live through combat.
If he has Harness Lightning in hand,
Yes.
I do like that.
But I'm not even sure he can make that play because he's still taking 5 points from that play.
Yeah, it's a little risky.
Going to 5 when you're staring down so many creatures, you're still looking at Chandra on the other side of the board. It's a tough spot to be in. And, yeah,
It's tough too because you do not want the Vizier to die.
you don't, but you kind of have to kill it. You can't take all that damage. Between a rock and a hard place here.
That's why people board in Vizier in the mirror, and a lot of people have wondered why that comes in. And this is the exact reason. It's just a good card. And it's actually a good card twice. All right, you kind of called this. This actually isn't that bad if he has Harness Lightning. Because if he does, which it looks like he does, he can Harness Lightning a token
Sure.
and still pump his Hydra.
Yep.
That's not bad.
No, yeah, that's definitely not terrible.
Yeah.
Still taking 4.
Yep. This man doesn't miss much, I'll tell you that much. Counter there. Rogue Refiner down. They'll trade. Take 4, go down to 6. He's got Confiscation Coup in hand to take back a Scarab God.
Yep. It's just a question of, is he too far behind and at too low of a life total to really take advantage of that?
Mm-hmm. And Confiscation Coup will give him just enough energy to take back the Scarab God, but then he'll be out of energy. The question of, is he too low is very real right now. In a way, it feels like he is. And also, if Glorybringer shows up at any point, he's... I mean, he can't even play around Glorybringer.
No,
It's not even worth mentioning.
Yeah, he has no choice.
Yeah, can't do anything about it. Yep, give me this back. Out of energy. I think Oliver knew that was going to come. Whoa.
Well, he's attacking at Chandra.
Yeah,
He's forcing the chump block.
okay. Makes sense. Untap. Let's go over to Oliver. Is that Torrential?
It might have been a Gear Hulk, which would just be a huge draw here. It's
Is
game
that
over.
That's Torrential
Yeah.
with Commit to Memory, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's game over. Get out of the way, Scarab God. Yeah, in for 4, Chandra plus. Yeah, that's it.
An emphatic attack there.
My goodness. Oliver 2 going to win this match over Stephen Mann. The team of Walker, Donegan, and 2 are going to move on to the finals.